Good morning, students. In first lecture of mathematical logic, we learnt about statements and their truth values, and we solved exercise 1.1. Now, to go further deep of the subject, we are learning now connectives. What is the meaning of a connective? The name itself defines. Connective means it is connecting two or more sentences. Correct? That is, to connect two or more simple statements to form a compound statements, we need some logical connectives in mathematics. Therefore, in the part of connectives, we have 5 types of connectives. Right? So, what are they? We will discuss now one by one. Correct? Yeah. So, what is the connective? First connective is and. And that means if two or more sentences, statements, mathematical statements are connected by and, the symbol is reverse V. Then the type of statements are called conjunctions. The second connective is or. The symbolic form for or is V, and the pattern is called disjunction. Third one is if and then. That means two statements are connected by the words if and then. Then this is called conditional statement, simply implication. And the symbolic form is arrow mark, implication. Fourth one, if and only if, or simply IFF, means it is called biconditional or double implication. Biconditional means both side arrow should be there, either like this or like this. For implication also, you can write like this also, right? This is called biconditional statement. Means the word should be if and only if. Next, the final one is not. Not means negation. That is the denial of the given statement. If the statement is 2 is a even prime, then what is the negation of that statement? 2 is not an even prime. Don't think about the truth values, okay? Just apply not in the given statement, then it will become negation, and the symbol is sleeping S. Okay? So, here we need to remember one more thing is we have some substitutes for and, that is for conjunction, and remaining cases are only the given words only, but for only conjunction we have some substitutes. Instead of and, we can use but, yet, though, still, moreover. If these words are there in the given compound statement, then treat it as a conjunction. Got it? Yes. Now we will discuss one by one deeply. Okay? Yeah. Table for conjunction. Truth table for the conjunction is, we have two statements, right? One is P and one is Q. If we are tossing two coins, we have 4 outcomes. Like that, if we have two statements, we have 4 truth values. One is TT, FF, last one, and TF, FT. So, it is remembered that always write like this only. Follow the same pattern, then there will be no confusion. First write TT, next TF, next FT, next FF. Now, what is the truth table for P and Q? Right? That is conjunction. If TT is there, then it is T. Remaining all cases, it is false. Means TF, false, FT, false, FF, false. So, you have to remember that For conjunction, T, T, T. That's it. Remaining cases, false only. Got it? Next, disjunction. Disjunction means if two statements are connected by the word R. That means if nahi hona chahiye. R only is the connective here. And the symbolic form is P, R, Q. Then what is the truth table for disjunction? Same two statements P, Q. Write the truth values T, T, TF, FT, FF. Then what is the disjunction of these two? FF, F. Remaining cases all are true only. That is TTT, TFT, FT, T. Got it? So you have to remember for disjunction FF, F. For conjunction TT, T. Remaining cases false. For disjunction FF, F. Remaining cases are true. Right? Now the third type of statement, compound statements, that is implication or conditional statement. If two statements are combined with the words if and then the type of sentences are called conditional statements or simply implication. Symbolic form is P implies Q, and like this also you can write, but most probably we will follow this one only. P implies Q. Then what is the truth table for implication? That is conditional statement. Here we have to remember TF, F. Therefore remaining cases true only. This is T, this is T, this is T. That's it. Got it? Yeah. TF, F. And remaining three cases true only for implication. Next, biconditional or double implication. If two statements are combined with the words if and only if, or simply IFF, that is if, then symbolic form is P, and this is the double implication or double implies. Implies and implied is called biconditional statement or double implication. Then what is the truth table? Truth table is, we have two statements P and Q. Write the truth values TT, TF, FT and FF. So P double implication Q implies and implied. So what is the truth value for double implication? TTT होता है, FFT होता है. Remaining two cases false. Got it? So TTT, FF also T. Remaining two cases false होता है for double implication. Now the next one is negation. Negation of a statement is formed by inserting not at some proper place. That means if I will say true, you have to say false. Means deny. आपको जो भी सेंटेंस दिया है उसको डिनाई करना है, अपोजिट सेंटेंस लिखना है, फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट लिखना है. मीन्स इफ ट्रू इज गिवन आपको फॉल्स लिखना है, इफ फॉल्स इज गिवन आपको ट्रू लिखना है. दैट इज कॉल्ड नेगेशन. तो symbolic form for negation is this one, that is sleeping S. This is called negation symbol. The denial of the given statement, that is P is the statement, then negation of P, symbolic form is like this. And table. For negation we have only one statement, that is P. One statement means either true or false. Then negation P क्या होता है? If P is true, negation P is false. If P is false, negation P is true. This is about the truth tables of the connectives, that is conjunction, disjunction, implication and double implication. Last one is negation. These are the truth tables, right? Yeah. So the next one is quantifiers. Quantifiers are two types. One is universal quantifier and the second one is existential quantifier. So already we know these symbols. We used these symbols in previous classes too. So in this we are learning separately, that's it. These are called quantifiers. So what is the meaning of for all and there exist? This symbol is used for all and this symbol is used for there exist, right? So what is the difference between for all and there exist? We will learn now. Suppose I am giving a set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and I am taking a problem for x belongs to A, x square plus 1 is equal to 5. Use a quantifier, right? By using quantifier represent the above statement means how we can represent this one. Just first we will find out the values. Suppose x belongs to A means x is taking the values of A. That is, if x is equal to 1, what is the value of this one? X square 1 plus 1 is equal to 5. No. If x is equal to 2, x square means 4 plus 1 which is equal to 5. Yes, 5 is equal to 5. Correct. X is equal to 3. Then 9 plus 1 is equal to 5. No. If x is equal to 4, 4 square 16 plus 1 is equal to 5. No, it is not equal. X is equal to 5. Then 25 plus 1 which is not equal to 5. This statement also true. That means in the given set x is taking only one value where the given statement is correct, satisfied. Correct? What is the meaning now? Which quantifier we have to use is for all means it should take all the values whatever given in the set A. But it is taking only one value, that is 2. Means there exists at least one value which is satisfied by the given statement. So symbolically how we write? We cannot use for all symbol here. Why? Because it is taking only one value. Therefore, there exists x is equal to 2 which is belongs to set A. Set A satisfied by x square plus 1 is equal to 5. Therefore, there exists is the quantifier we have to use in this particular case. Next, second example I am taking. If x belongs to natural number set, then x square plus 1 is greater than or equal to 1. Greater than 1. X belongs to where? Natural number set. And our statement is x square plus 1 is greater than 1. Natural number starts from 1 onwards. Suppose I am taking x is equal to 1. So 1 plus 1 is greater than 1. That is 2 greater than 1. Yes, correct. If I am taking x is equal to 2, then 4 plus 1 is greater than 1. 5 is greater than 1. Yes. If I am taking x is equal to 10, then 100 plus 1, yes, it is greater than 1. Correct? That means the given statement is taking all natural numbers. Therefore, here what is the quantifier we have to use? For all. For all x belongs to n, x square plus 1 is greater than 1. So now you observe the difference between for all and there exist. There exist means it has to take at least one value. For all means all the values it should be satisfied. Got it? Yes, very good. So this is about quantifiers. Now statement patterns. What are statement patterns? If P, Q, R are simple statements, then a compound statement using one or more connectives, that is by using either AND gate, OR gate or implies or double implies to form a statement pattern, right? That is statement patterns. Statement patterns, simply I will give you example from your textbook itself. Okay? Yeah. See, for example, P R Q implies R is a statement pattern. Second example, P and Q and R. Same connective but used 2 times. Therefore, it is also a pattern. Next, negation of P, R, Q. These are called statement patterns. Okay. Statement patterns means the statements which are used to form a statement pattern. It should be used more than 2, one or more connectives to form a statement pattern. Right? Compound statement means using 2 or more sentences, statements, not sentence, right? Now, by using more than one connectives means and either disjunction or conjunction or implication or double implication, then it is called statement pattern. Then, what is logical equivalence? If 2 or more statement patterns are said to be logically equivalent, if and only if the truth values in their respective columns in the joint truth table are identical. So, logical equivalence we will learn through one example. So, this is the logical identical symbol. It is equivalent symbol. Right? If these two are logically equal or not, that we will check now. P and Q are the two statements. So, I write the truth values TT, TF, FT, FF. Now, write the values for negation P. Negation P means आपको deny करना है. True है तो false. True है तो false. F means T. F means T. Negation Q. T. False. False. True. True. False. False. True. Now, P and Q. P and Q. So what we learned for AND, if AND is there, then what is the truth table for AND? FF, F, and remaining cases all are true. Now we are using only P and Q. Therefore, T, 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 F, T, F, T, T, F, F, F. This is for disjunction P, R, Q. Negation क्या हो जाएगा? P and Q का negation है, right? Now T, F, T, F, T, F, F, T. Now write the truth table for the last column. Negation P and is there. And means if T, 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 remaining cases false. Right? So, T, T, this is negation P and this is negation Q. Check where it is. T, T is there. Yes, last column T, T is there. T, 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 remaining cases F. Now, observe these two last columns. The truth values are identical. Yes, therefore, negation P and Q is equivalent to negation P and negation Q, means logically equivalence. Got it? Yes, very good. Now, tautology. There are three types of statements again. What is tautology? What is contradiction? What is contingency? Tautology means if the last column of the truth table, right, which we are constructing by solving the sum, the last column, whatever may be, you will get after doing statement patterns, right? Suppose here some statements P, Q, R and something is there. So the last column P and Q, R is there. So last column has truth values as only T's. Then the type of statements are called tautologies. Got it? The last column, whatever we are getting, should be entries as only T. Then that statement is called tautology. Next, contradiction. Same contradiction means tautology ka opposite. Suppose P, Q, R is there, then P implies Q and R, whatever the values are there, right, that should be false. Means the entries of the last column of the statement pattern should be F. Then the type of statements are called contradictions or contingency. Contingency means a statement pattern which is neither tautology nor contradiction is called a contingency. That means the truth table contains either T or F or both. Correct? So, it should be true or false or both. Then it is called contingency. Only T, tautology. Only F, contradiction. Mixed patterns, contingency. So, now by this knowledge we can solve exercise 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 and 1.5. Okay, now we will solve one by one. 1.6 also we can solve. Now, if PQ means yes, we write TT, TF, FT, FF. If 3 are there, that is P, Q, R. 3 statements are there. Then how we can form a truth table? That is P, Q, R. If 3 coins are tossed, then what we will get? Yes, 8 outcomes. Like that, if 3 statements are there, then we have 8 columns. Right? That is how we can write that. I will show you. Write for P, 4 T's, 4 F's. Observe carefully. 4 T's, 4 F's. Then write Q truth values. 2 T's, 2 F's. 2 T's, 2 F's. Okay. Now for R, alternative T, F, T, F, T, F, T, F, T, F, T, F. So, this is the truth values of 3 statements P, Q, R. Right? Very good. Now, you can solve all the exercises from 1.2 to 1.6. If you have any doubt in these exercises, You can message me or text me or comment me so that you will get the answer. Okay? Yeah. All the best.